What's good? We back with another video. Crazy story 6. I'm gonna tell y'all about the time that I got arrested for the first time. So this was back in probably maybe 2012, something like that. Literally, I was like 11. I was 11 years old, and literally, I'm with my friends. I'm hanging out with the wrong friends. Case of that for real. And literally we lived in a trailer park, so there wasn't really that much to do, you know what I'm saying? We used to just ride our bikes around, play football and shit. But one of these days, these two of my friends, what they call, one of them was not. I think I went with 3 of them. No. There was 3 of them that I was with, right? They're all brothers. 2 of them are brothers. One of them is their cousin, but it's like their brother. Daniel, Mir, and Poo Poo. You know what I'm saying? Poo Poo. Literally, we called him Poo Poo. Poo Poo literally was the one who was like, him and Mir was like the bad ones. You know what I'm saying? Like, they did all the shit. And then Daniel wasn't like, he was a football player. He ain't really like doing none of that. But he still did it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's his brothers and shit. But the crazy part is, Poo Poo was like, bro, don't go. Telling all of us not to do it. You know what I'm saying? Still went anyway. Literally, I had to borrow my friend's bike. Literally, one of my sister's, literally her ex-boyfriend, basically. Her ex-boyfriend had to borrow his bike. Literally. And I took his bike. He was older than me and shit. So I looked up to him and shit like that. So like, I ain't want to do nothing to his bike, you know what I'm saying? I ain't want to fuck his bike up. But ended up going anyway, right? Literally. So we ended up going to Rite Aid. It was a Rite Aid, and it was like a couple miles from my neighborhood. So we ended up riding over there. I didn't really want to go, but they was peer pressuring me. Like, come on, bro. I ain't want to go, for real. I didn't even want to do none of that, like, for real. But once I got there, and I was just like, fuck it, we doing this, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck it. So, long story short, we get there, and then we go into the Wendy's first, and we're just like, man, we ain't got no money, why the fuck are we in here? And then we just like, alright, we just gonna go to the Rite Aid and get me some candy. And then, literally, we just yelling this shit out, like, we about to go to Rite Aid, get us some candy. We just yelling this shit out for no reason. So we walk into the Rite Aid, legit. We ride our bikes up, we park our bikes next to each other. You know what I'm saying? Literally. So we're in the Rite Aid, just walking around in the Rite Aid. We're just chilling, just trying to not draw attention to ourselves. But we're little kids. They were like literally 2-3 years older than me. Like, I'm 11, they're 13, like 14, you know what I'm saying? That's how old they were. And I'm 11, literally. I'm in that bitch, just scoping it out. Literally, there's people like all around, walking around. So we're literally trying to hide each other while we take the candy and shit. Literally. So my friend Mir literally tells me, like, bro, come here. Like, come here. And then I'm like, all right, he's just stand in front of me. And I just stood in front of him. And then literally as, like, I'm standing in front of him, somebody walks by. And then she, like, kind of shakes her head, like that. And she was dressed, like, so weird. Like, you know what I'm saying? She had a hat on, had this weird ass, like, looked like a nursing gown or something. Like, literally. And I'm gonna keep it going. He put stupid ass Sour Patch Kids in his pants, all the way in his pants. I'm talking about the big bag. If y'all remember those bags, like big ass Sour Patch Kids. The only thing I stole, literally, was Pop Rocks. All I got was literally 4 packs, 2 in this pocket, 2 in that pocket, of some Pop Rocks, right? And then Daniel, remember I said he didn't even want to go either. He didn't want to do none of that, but he still came. Literally, but he didn't steal nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't want to. Literally. So, crazy part, somebody loses their fucking Game Boy, like their Game Boy DS. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro. They're just yelling out like, man, can you help me find it? Can you help me find it? And I'm like, all right, we'll help. We're all just like, we'll help you find it. But we didn't know at the time. They literally thought we stole the damn Game Boy. They thought we stole the Game Boy. So they literally accused us of stealing the Game Boy. And we're just like, man, fuck that. We ain't steal no Game Boy. Literally, we just like, man, I said I had a DS. I was like, man, I got my DS at the crib. Like, I don't need that Game Boy. Like, what the fuck? And then we literally start to walk out. And then we literally get stopped at the door by that same lady that walked by us in the aisle while my friend was putting the candy in his fucking pants. Literally. And she's just like, stop. What y'all got in y'all pockets? We just like, nothing. Like, we trying to go. Like, literally. And she's like, nope. Pull him out. Literally. And I literally pull out my Pop Rocks. And then my friend pulls out some candy out of his pockets, right? And then she's like taking off her hat, and she's just like, I'm shoplifter prevention. Like, literally, and we didn't even know. She was literally undercover watching us the whole time. Legit. And then she sat us down in front of the damn store, and she's like, I'm calling the cops. So literally, our fucking hearts just dropped. Like, literally. Mine definitely does. You know what I'm saying? And then there's another worker in like the place. It's a dude, and he's just like, oh, what's going on? What's going on? What's up with my boys? And he literally, she's like, they stole. Like, nah, they're getting in trouble. And he's just like, nah, I'm gonna pay for that. I'm gonna pay for that. Let them go. And then she literally says, no, they need to learn. They can't just keep doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, we're all just like, man, fuck this bitch. Like, literally, like, man, fuck her. Like, literally. And then she just calls the cops, literally. And then they literally, we're sitting there, right? And we're literally just laughing. We're just like looking at each other, smiling. And then she's just like, y'all sure y'all ain't got no more candy? Like, when the cops show up, right? And then we're literally about, like, we got put in the cuffs and everything. Like, literally, at least we're starting to. I lied about my age. I was just like, I'm 9 years old. Gave him a whole different name. Literally, we was not playing with them. We gave him a whole different name, all that shit. But the craziest part is, I'm sitting there like, bro, let's run, like, literally. And then my friends was like, nah, just sit here, like, we can't get away, like, literally. But I'm so serious. We could have just ran and got away. But we sat there and literally just took that shit. But the funny part was, when the cops got there, my friend Mir, remember the Sour Patch Kids, the big bag he had in his pants? He never took them out of his pants until the cops get there. Literally, one of them is a lady cop, and literally she was just acting so rude, like, literally acting weird, like, fucking rude as fuck. Like, she was just rude. But my friend, they was just like, y'all got anything left? Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all sure y'all ain't got nothing else in your pockets? And then we all looking at him like, you know what I'm saying? And then he's just like got that face on, like, and then he just pulls him out of his pants. And we all just start bagging the fuck up. We were just dying, like, cracking up. Like, this shit was too funny. And then they was like all mad and shit. And my friend, he had like a little slinky ball, like, you know those balls that you just like, it had like little, it was a rubber ball, but it had like the little things that come out that you just hold on to and you can just do this, whatever. He had one of those, and he was not stealing it at all. Like, he was not gonna steal nothing. Literally, they literally charged him with stealing that. Literally, and he was just playing with it, like, cause we got called, like, as we was leaving. He wasn't even leaving yet, like, literally. But like, once we got called to the door, he started walking up towards us, and they was just like, charge him with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, charge him with stealing that. Like, fuck it, little slinky ball, whatever. And then we're all just like, man, that's fucked up, like, blah, 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 blah. But literally, we all got shoved in the back of the damn police car. No seatbelt, none of that. Literally, all three of us in the back of the police car, handcuffed like this, all back there, literally. And we all go to the station, and once we get in the station, right, this is where it gets funny. Like, we're getting our mug shots and everything, like, calling our moms, trying to figure out what we gonna do and shit. And as we're doing that, the cop is just filling out paperwork behind us. and we're all sitting lined up on the bench, and we're all just getting up, taking turns doing the dumbest shit ever, pulling out like we're handcuffed still, and we're literally pulling out our asses, like we're just flashing our asses at the cop and shit, like literally while he's turned around. All that shit got on camera, like literally, like all that shit is on camera, like literally, and we're just acting so dumb. And when we were taking the fucking pictures, we were literally geeking at each other, pulling out our asses, like literally, because there was times where he was just not looking, pulling out our asses while the other person's taking a picture and shit. And then literally we just start bagging up, so we had to retake the pictures about 5 times, like all of us. And then literally they ended up getting a hold of their mom. My mom wasn't even gonna come because she wasn't picking up the phone. My mom never picks up the phone. Don't try to call her. But they were literally gonna have to overnight me in the cell. Like I was gonna have to sit overnight in the cell, and they were literally like taking me to the cell. And then my friend is like, "Wait, he could probably take us home. Like my mom could take him home. Like he lives right in our neighborhood." And they're like, "Are you gonna do that? Like you gonna do that type of shit? Like you really gonna do that and everything?" And it was like, "Let's talk to your mom and shit." They ended up talking to their mom, and then she ended up letting me go with them and shit. And then I'm literally praying, like once we get in there, his mom's car. Their mom is not mad because they do this shit all the time. They're just like, "Come on, now y'all got another court date, blah 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 blah, all this shit." And I'm like this is some funny shit. I know my mom about to be hot, you know what I'm saying? So I'm literally praying she doesn't tell my mom. But she gets out of the car as we get to my house. Their mom gets out of the car, walks me to my door, knocks on the door, and wait till my fucking sisters open the door. You know what I'm saying? Thank God she wasn't there yet. You know what I'm saying? It was just my sisters. And then she tells my sisters everything, literally. And then my sister's like, "Ooh, you gonna get your ass beat," like all this shit. And then I'm just like, "Oh my God." I just went right to my room, and did not want to talk to nobody, like literally. And then they're like, my mom was with my uncle and shit, because he was fixing our washer and shit like that, and they were getting parts for it and shit. So literally they get back from that, and my uncle is a Jehovah's Witness. So I know y'all know what that is. They don't even cuss, you know what I'm saying? Literally. So we wait until he leaves, and then right when he leaves, I don't even get to tell my mom. My sister's just like, "Jameer got in trouble." And my mom's like, "What kind of trouble?" And they're like, "Trouble with the po-po." And then my mom looks at me with the devilish look ever, and then she's just going off. She's like, "What the fuck?" Blah, 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 blah. Crazy part is, she never beat my ass, which was fucking a religion at the time. She always whooped her ass. Like, literally, she always whooped her ass. But she didn't beat my ass because I was literally, like, crying, like, literally. And I was like, they pressured me into that shit. You know what I'm saying? Even though I kind of had, like, I did it, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I mean? And then she made me not hang out with them anymore. And even though I still did every day, she put me on punishment. Still snuck outside every day. Did not care, literally, because she worked so much. Both of them, my stepdad at the time. You know what I'm saying? They both just work, literally. So we literally just snuck out, done the funniest shit ever. Just crazy, literally. That was the first time I got arrested. 11 years old. And then I had a court date and everything. I was only in 4th grade. I was like in 4th, literally, or 3rd. One of the two. Legit. At court, going to court and all that shit. And that was the first time. Legit. Crazy story. Be ready for the next one. They gonna keep getting crazier and crazier. I got mad stories. I'm telling you, there's gonna be over 100. Just stay tuned, you know what I'm saying? And share, you know what I'm saying? Comment, subscribe, like, all that shit. I fuck with y'all. I appreciate y'all for staying in. If you did, like, keep watching my video and shit. Watch the whole thing through. All that. I fuck with y'all. Have a good, blessed day. Blessings. Bless up. You know what I'm saying?